Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Charmander Conquers Sinnoh. In the last part, we picked up Surf, and I feel super foolish about the fact that I did not even need to delay Charmeleon's evolution because there was a free flamethrower TM just sitting out there in the open in the middle of oh, why can't I English today? In the middle of the Fugo Ironworks. Anyway, we are starting here because I checked the shards and I noticed I have more than enough to teach Super here how to Ice Punch. So we're gonna do that. I think it's the only tutor move I can teach at the moment, but we've got plenty for it. Yay! Which means that we now have access to an Ice-type move on our best teammate ever! Alright, anyway, now, back to Jubilife City, where we were off before. Oh, right, now that we can surf, I think there are a few items on that route I could have picked up. Oh well, we already left. It's too late. We can't go back now. No regrets. Only looking forward, never looking back. Yada yada. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, right. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much all we gotta do to keep up to speed is that there was the Flamethrower TM and the Fugo Ironworks, so it was silly for me to even worry about when and where to evolve Charmeleon. Alright, and the only other important thing to do is to head to Conclave City. I think it's called Conclave City. Maybe it's Conclave. I don't know. I hope it's not Conclave. That's what the Brotherhood of Steel called their thing and their stuff. Oh my goodness, that's a Gyarados. Can Bird Pun handle like a Gyarados? I doubt it. And swapping right into Disney is probably not a good idea. So let's swap to Bidoof. Here we go. Yes, yes, Bidoof, you're very adorable. I should actually give Bidoof a serious shot one of these days. I don't think I've ever even used B-Barrels semi-seriously. And, you know, Bidoof is one of those Pokemon who's on everybody's team, so you might as well give the little guy a shot. Well, girl in this case. I mean, she's there for you. She gets Surf and Strength and Waterfall, so she has everything she could ever possibly need to use without losing her own personal utility. Oh, that's right! Disney has choice specs. And it's a new day. In the middle of the day, I could probably, emphasis on probably, pick up Wise Glasses from Cynthia's grandmother. Yay, Fire Pun gained a level. We're finally gonna evolve it. Another Gyarados. I should have known. Alright, anyway. Let's go with a Thunderbolt. Good job, Disney. I mean, we have to wait for its HP to drop. Fortunately, this is Pokemon Platinum, and not Diamond or Pearl, where the HP bar drains obscenely slowly. There we go, so now we don't need to mash B anymore. Evolve, my pretty, evolve! There it is, Charizard. Now everybody loves me because everybody loves Charizard. Fact. I mean, that's what saved Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, is the fact that they put Charizard in the game. That's also why you like Sword and Shield. Without a doubt, my dear viewer, you love Sword and Shield because the champion has a Charizard. Did you also know he's the champion and he has no sense of direction? And that he has a Charizard? Because if you don't, you will. Alright, let's see. And this guy's got a lot of critters. Let's see how well Bird Pun does if we just surf the Remoraid. Not bad, not bad. And I think that splash plate might be making a difference. Oh, look, another Remoraid. If its stats are identical, and this wasn't a range, then Bird Punch should be able to take care of it too. Well, a critical hit that may or may not have mattered. We will find out, probably, because this is Remoraid. Ugh, I'm getting into that situation where I'm playing a Pokemon game and I want to use all these other critters I'm seeing, but I don't because I'm already partway through the game, and using them would mean starting over. Oh, Gyarados. And it's level 31. Let's just go ahead and see what happens if we swap directly to Disney, because we don't really have a lot of options here. You can take a hit, Disney. Now, Twister, you can definitely take that hit. So, Twister is a very, 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 very weak Dragon-type move. And one notable thing about Twister, or at least I think is notable, it's that starting in Generation 4, or maybe even sooner than that. Anyway, point is, Pidgey learns it. Yeah, Pidgey gets a very weak Dragon-type move right off the bat. Who knew? Hey, look, another Remoraid. We're gonna finish it with a Thunderbolt. Alright, and then I can go ahead and pick up those Wise Glasses, and they might be a good held item for one of my other Pokemons to hold. I could even just give it to Disney and instead give Fire Pun the choice specs, because Fire Pun's most likely just going to be flamethrower spam. I mean, it doesn't really get much use out of its other moves. Or his other moves. Sorry, Charizard is boy. Because, I mean, Aerial Ace is physical, Dragon Rage is a fixed amount of damage. That is really pathetically low for this point in the game. I believe if I was still relying on Dragon Rage, it would be a 3-hit KO. Oh, that's right, I forgot to reapply Repel. Hopefully Bird Pun can get away from Tentacool. Let's see. Yay, we got away. Good job, Bird Pun. Alright, anyway, what was I going on about? Oh, right. Let's see here. I don't remember. Oh, right. Well, although the Expert Belt might be the better item to look at for Charizard, since he gets a pretty wide and varied move set, and I can still keep a few physical moves on him, because I forgot to pay attention, but I'm pretty sure Fire Pun's physical attack stat still isn't too terrible. It's just noticeably lower than its special attack stat. Oh, look at that. We one-shot it with Surf. We didn't even need to use the super effective attack. No super effective swindle here. And that's a Magnemite. I do not want to risk being able to hit it with a one-hit KO when we can just go super. Ow. I wonder, did they choose to use Magnet Bomb initially, or did the AI decide to go for Magnet Bomb because it knew I switched? The AI does cheat like that. No, seriously, it does. You want to see a good example of the AI being cheap in a Pokemon game? Just use save states on a official Nintendo PC copy of any Pokemon game, or almost any Pokemon game. And you can save state before doing things, choose a few different actions, and watch as the AI reacts perfectly to what you do, most of the time. Alright, anyway, Yoga Pun. It is her turn. No, wait, no. Yoga Pun's a boy. It is his turn. And then I can keep him up in the front to try and get all of the EXPs. But before we do that, we're going to have to heal up in Conclave City, so that way we can have it as a fly point, and then we can go pick up those glasses. Because even if they are super duper pretty really weak, they're still going to be a small boost for whoever I give them to. Most likely Charizard. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. I believe I can teach Charizard the move Dragon Pulse through TM. It depends on where that TM is located, and if I'm not mistaken about it being a TM in this generation. Until then, though, I think Charizard's going to be stuck with something else, or other things. Let's go ahead and risk it keeping Yogapun in. Rock Tomb, Yogapun! Yogapun, you're supposed to Rock Tomb it. Anyway, this here is Mantike. Mantike is the baby form of Mantine. That's twice in a row you've missed, Yogapun. You have disappointed me. Anyway, Mantike has a interesting evolution method. It's one of the more weird ones. All you have to do is level it up while you have a Remoraid in your party as well. And that's really it. It's not too far out there, but it's still pretty obscure. It is one of those Pokemon where you would think, oh, well, no, not that. It's one of those Pokemon that makes you think, well, why can't we do that with other Pokemon, like with Magnemite? Why can't it just go directly to Magneton if you have 3 Magnemite? Or Diglett into Dugtrio, or yada yada yada. But now, for some odd reason, it's only Mantike. Oh no! Machoke got a critical hit on my Yogapun, but she needed the experience points. Let's see. Do we feed some of the experience to Super and or Bird Pun? Or do we go to Fire Pun so he gets them all? Yeah, let's go Fire Pun. Ooh, he moved his head. Let's Aerial Ace. There we go. Fire Pun has done good work. I forgot to double check, but I think Fire Pun might be able to learn a special flying type move. I think in later generations he gets Air Slash. And Air Slash would be a better move than Aerial Ace for him. Lucas, long time no see. Oh, you look puzzled. You're wondering who I am. I'm Professor Rowan's assistant and Dawn's father. The professor asked that I upgrade your Pokédex, you see, so I'd chosen this spot on a hunch that you'd pass through. Lucas, may I have your Pokédex for a moment? Let me see. Was I supposed to put it in the software here? Ka-chunk. Ka-chunk! All done. I've upgraded your Pokédex. I should explain how it's been upgraded, shouldn't I? It can now display images of male and female Pokemon. Okay, I'll leave you to carry on with your project for the professor. May I also ask you to keep an eye on Team Galactic? The professor is concerned about what happened in Jubilife City. It's probably nothing to worry over. I'll be on my way now. Okie dokie. But yeah, so that upgrade, I guess they wanted to specifically point it out because this was the first generation where Pokemon would have gender differences. Some of the more notable ones would be Wobbuffet. Female Wobbuffet wear lipstick, and male Wobbuffet do not. Pikachu's another one with a very distinct difference. Male Pikachu have, male Pikachu have normal Pikachu tails, and female Pikachu have heart-shaped tails. Well, just the end of it anyway. Just the tip. Alright, anyhoosin'. So yeah, those are some of the more notable ones. Wooper had a gender difference. The male ones have longer whiskers with more whisker bits, whereas females have less whisker bits. I think it might be shorter because I said the male one was longer, but I have no idea. Anyhoosin', let's go see if he gives me a different pair of glasses. Nope, he's just talking about choice specs. Okay, I was wrong about him giving me new glasses. I am embarrassed. Alright, anyway, back to Conalave. Alrighty. Anyway, before crossing the bridge, make sure you are prepared. Remember the Lion King song, the one that wasn't good enough for the live action, in massive air quotes, remake. Because, yeah, they decided that song had to be cut for some reason. Even though everyone loves it. Let's see here. I probably should be spending my monies. Oh, they sell the quick balls here too. That's neat. Yeah, I do believe every Pokemon Center after the first one that sells a special Pokeball will all sell them, but don't quote me on that 100% sure, because I know it's not actually a thing. The quick balls were sold at a specific center in Sword and Shield, if I recall correctly. Ooh, we can buy a lot of repels. Well, we're doing good on repels. So, how about we instead buy revives? Yes. And we're going all in, baby. And that gives us enough to buy one more repel. Yeah, might as well just stick to the regular repels. I don't know what the cost efficiency is on repels, but it looks like even the more powerful ones are still really cheap, so there's nothing to worry about. What there is to worry about, though, is this bridge. Whoops! Hey, Lucas, you're going to challenge the gym leader up past here, eh? Someone should check to see if you're ready for this challenge. That someone is me, with my brand new gym badge. Yeah, actually, I read a funny thing about Barry in the original Diamond and Pearl, and possibly the remakes. So in Diamond and Pearl, Fanchina is actually the 5th gym leader you face instead of the 3rd. If you do try to challenge her before going on to the next town in Diamond and Pearl, she'll tell you, "No, I cannot battle you yet, for you need more of the gym badges, how you say," or something to that effect. But if you check the statue outside, Barry will have already gotten her gym badge. And you challenge him in that town, and his Pokemon are pretty much the same level as they were when we challenged him before. Alright, Disney can probably KO that. Let's keep Disney in. Oh my goodness, Rapid Dash. It is so rapid, and it dashes. Well, it's not gonna be very rapid anymore. Alrighty, we got a Thunderbolt. Let's see, our Rapid Dash handled that. Oh wow, it did. Okay. But it can't handle 2 Thunderbolts. My Raichu probably does not have a lot of good special attack. Might not have good IVs, and its EVs might be poorly distributed, but this is a main playthrough on a Pokemon game, so yeah. Heracross? Jeez, he had the patience to get a Heracross? I don't buy it. What I do buy, though, is that we're gonna switch into Fire Pun. Aw, yeah. Alrighty, now to try and calculate which does more damage. So, Aerial Ace. Charizard gets the same type attack bonus, so it's got 90 base power, which gets quadrupled to... I'm not good at math. 360. Flamethrower, on the other hand, has 90 base power. With the same type attack bonus, that 90 gets boosted to 120. Wait, no, not 120. It's getting an additional 45, so 135, and then that gets doubled. So Charizard does have slightly higher special attack, but I think Aerial Ace will deal more because of the quadruple weakness. Math! Learn it. I don't know if Flamethrower would have been a one-hit KO, but I do know that that was, and that's what's important. Empoleon. Oh wow, it's the exact same level as my Fire Pun. Well, I have just the answer for your Empoleon. It rhymes with Wooper. It's super! Alright, we're gonna Earthquake you. Oh my goodness, he taught his Empoleon Aerial Ace. Anyway, I did actually watch this speed run of Pokemon Platinum. I think I already mentioned that before. And the Pokemon of choice for the Platinum speed run is, in fact, Empoleon. It's not because Piplup's any good, or Prinplup, it's just because Empoleon is that good. And Empoleon indeed good. Yeah, anyway, Super's got this in the bag, though. Thank you, Earthquake. Unfortunately for Empoleon, while Steel is an excellent type, it gives Super a huge advantage against it, since she can now hit it with super effective stab Earthquakes, and with Water Absorb, she is resistant to, or even immune to, all the stab options Empoleon has. Oh wow, he actually evolved his Roserade. I didn't know he did that. I'm so used to Barry not evolving his Pokemon. Yeah, in fact, I thought I remembered him specifically not evolving his Pokemon, but they are all pretty much evolved. Maybe they upgraded that in Platinum. I don't remember how often I played Diamond and Pearl, but whatever. What I do know is we're gonna burn his Roserade. Oh, right, having access to Surf. It's actually important if you do want to evolve Roserade, because I do believe that the item needed to evolve it is access with Surf. Yeah, you're just a bit better than me, as usual. But listen up. Let me tell you who's going to take on the Pokemon League and become the champion. You guessed right, it's going to be me. Yeah, well, I didn't say that, but that's what I meant. It was going to be me. Anyway, you should go to Iron Island and toughen up some more. Yeah, train at Iron Island. That's what I did before going to the gym. He's not exactly wrong. We do have to go to Iron Island. We don't have to train there, but we do need to go there. Alright, anyway. Back to the Pokemon Center. We gotta heal our critters up, and Yogapun will take the lead because he wants the EXPs. The valuable, juicy EXPs. Oh, right, and one other thing we're probably going to need to do before Iron Island is deposit Bidoof. Yeah, where we are going, she cannot follow. So we're just gonna have to put her away. Box 1. Bye, Bidoof. Thank you for all your help. Alright, anyway, moving on. Canalave City, here we go. Across the bridge again. Thank goodness there were no boats trying to get over it. Let's see here. And, oh, is this a notable building? Sailor Eldritch's house. Let's see. Our boy has too much energy. That's the best way to be. I guess so. I'm going to be a sailor like my daddy. He's a real man among men. Even the sea doesn't scare him. Oh, but a gym leader would be cool too. Byron is so awesome. Okay, no, that's not the important one. I thought that building would have been important, but no. They just had to waste my time with the sign out front. Do you want to set sail? Yeah, let's go to Iron Island. Anchors away. Wow, we don't even need a ticket or anything. He just takes us right over there. How convenient and generous. Boat. Alright, anyway, Iron Island, here we are. Let's see. I don't think there's anything notable in this house. No, it's just an empty house. Let's see here. That rock looks suspicious. Oh, it has a star piece. Yay. I can trade that for more shards later. Anyway. You are? Okay, you're Lucas. I'm Riley. I'm a trainer, and yes, it is a bit odd that I would be training here. Anyway, it's nice to meet another trainer. Here's a gift. HMO4. That hidden machine contains the move Strength. To use it out of battle, you need the Mind Badge from Canalave Gym. I'll be training inside. You can join me if you like. I think I do like. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and actually teach HM04. Unlike most other HMs, it is actually not a terrible move. 100 base power, or 80 base power, 100 accuracy. I'm gonna go ahead and slap it on our Yoga Pun. Having access to a normal type move might be good. Let's drop Meditate. I haven't even been using setup moves with him. Anywho, return would probably deal more damage, but we're gonna go ahead and try to keep Super's move pool clear, because she can learn Rock Smash as well, and I will need either her or possibly Disney to take over for that, since we don't have Bidoof with us anymore, and I do not want Yoga Pun using Rock Smash, because she's got all the moves she wants. Well, then again, Confusion's kind of dead weight. I hope she gets Zen Headbutt. I forgot to double check if she can learn that. Yoga Pun is boy! Anyway, Yoga Pun is got this. Yoga Pun does not got this. Get away, Yoga Pun. Let's swap to Super instead. I was thinking of going into Raichu, but Floatzel might be faster than Raichu. I mean Disney. And Floatzel could 2-hit KO. But Super is immune to water-type moves, which I expected him to use. Why didn't you use a water-type move? You're a Floatzel. Float, you Zell! Alrighty, and that wasn't quite a one-shot, so it'll be a two-shot. And fortunately, Super was able to take 3 crunches. Alrighty. Yeah. And Fire Pun, yay! Everyone gained experience, except for the ones who didn't. Okay, let's make sure we top off Yoga Pun and Super here. Moo Moo Milk, woo! Yay, thank you for the Moo Moo Milk. Poor Yoga Pun. I hope I am able to evolve him here. There are lots of battles we can get into, and I forgot to use a Repel, and Yoga Pun should be able to do it. Anyway, it is very important that you go to Iron Island with an empty team slot. Well, assuming you want to take up Riley on his offer to train. You want an empty team slot, and you want to make sure that you do not catch anything to fill that team slot up before you're done adventuring with Riley. And the reason for that is he will give you an egg, and that egg will contain the Pokemon Riolu. Riolu is the baby form of Lucario. And I imagine most people want to use Lucario because Lucario is a fan favorite. Riley might also look familiar if you have seen a Pokemon movie by the name of Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, because he looks exactly like the one dude from that movie, almost perfectly. I have no idea if they came up with Riley's design first or that other guy's design first. What I do know is that they are pretty much exact copies of each other, and possibly even the same person, and they both have a Lucario. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway. Yay, Max Repel. Oh, they're spoiling us. Yeah. Alright, anyway. Oh my goodness. Girl. Why are you having a picnic in a mine? Why are there even other people here? Riley said it was strange to be here, yet we've already encountered 2 people having picnics. And whatever, that's a Raichu, so we're gonna swap to Super. Yoga Puns aren't good against electric Myces. Alrighty, let us quake the earth. After it's done wagging its tail. I don't know why they translated that to tail whip instead of what its Japanese name is, which was tail wag. because Tail Whip, makes it sound like it's going to hit you with the tail and deal a lot of damage, but Tail Wag gets across what the Pokemon's actually doing, which is wagging its tail. And it looks cute to make the opponent drop their defenses. Oh my goodness, super stats are so low. Compared to Fire Pun, Fire Pun has speed and special attack both above the 100 mark, and Super's, all of Super's stats are about the same as Charizard's physical attack, which is not very high, I might add, one of his lower stats. Oh my goodness, I may have made a mistake in using Super, but it's too late now. We can't back down. That would waste all the time and effort I put into giving her a nickname. A beautiful nickname, I might add. Anyway, this is an elevator. And since we don't have a way to jump down, we can't glitch it out like we could in Scarlet and Violet. All right. This guy, he looks like a worker, so I bet he has the rock types, maybe even a steel type. Or possibly even, dare I say, fighting types. Not steel. Alright, anyway, Yogapun's got this. Magnemite is a steel type, and steel is weak to fighting for some reason. I think that was actually initially a buff for fighting types, since fighting is definitely one of the weakest types in Generation 1, being only super effective against Ice, Rock, and Normal. The fact that fighting is the only type that Normal is weak to does give it a niche, I suppose. I suppose niche is the right word. But yeah, anyway. And then having Rock and Ice coverage was also a handy benefit, they probably thought. But, there weren't any good fighting type moves in Generation 1, and coupled with the fact that most ice types were half water, so it was better to use electric type moves, and most rock types were quadruple weak to grass and water, it was generally better to go with water type moves or grass type moves if you were dealing with rock types rather than using a fighting type. So, yeah. But then Generation 2 came around and introduced two new types, Steel and Dark, and both of those types were weak to fighting and resistant or even flat out immune to Psychic. Because Psychic was overpowered in Generation 1. Very overpowered. But Generation 1 is just a very weird game overall. I'd probably recommend actually giving Generation 1 a shot if you haven't already, just for the sheer absurdity of how broken those games are. Yay, we paralyzed! Force Palm putting in work. We have palmed you, sir. Yay, Yogapun gained a level. And I have a rare candy. I could have Yogapun fully evolve now. Alright, anyway, the move Yogapun's trying to learn, Psych Up. So Psych Up will copy any stat changes that the opponent has experienced. So for example, if you were to use Swagger against your opponent, and then use Psych Up, you would get the +2 attack bonus that you just gave them, but not the confusion. It's a lot of setup for +2 attack. Not really worth it when you could just use Swords Dance, which gives you +2 attack, but Psych Up can be a very interesting option if you are able to get your opponent's stats really high, or your partner's stats really high if you're in a double battle, and then you Psych Up and target them. Lucas, I'm glad to see you here. If you don't mind, let's team up. The Pokemon seem to be restless. I haven't noticed any Pokemon. I only ran into one so far. Yeah, anyway, Riley is the next stat trainer for us to adventure with. The stat Riley specializes in is physical attack, which is why he uses a Lucario, who has a very noticeably high special attack. But in all seriousness, Lucario is actually very good at using either of its attack stats. It's very noticeably fast, and other compliments for Lucario. And, anyway. But yeah, and then the stat trainers, they're all called that because when you team up with them in the battle tower, they all specialize in using Pokemon that equally specialize in whatever their stat is. So if you get to the battle tower and then choose to team up with Riley, a lot of the Pokemon he'll have on selection are going to be critters with high attack stats. Very, very handy. Oh no, it exploded. Oh no, Yogapun fainted, but he only needs to gain one more level. Alright, well, at least Fire Pun got experience. Alright, let's go with Bird Pun. Because I imagine we're going to see a lot more rock types. Onyx. Oh my goodness. This guy's going to try and make us laugh. Alright, well, this is gonna get awkward, Riley. We're gonna go with Surf. So Surf got nerfed in this generation. It rhymes because it's true. In Generation 3, when you used Surf in a double battle, it only hit your opponents. Now, it hits your ally as well when you're in a double battle. And that's going to be very unfortunate for Riley if we end up swapping in Bird Pun or Super, because they both know Surf. And Super even knows Earthquake. And they have no reason not to use those moves. Alrighty. Well, so, yeah, we'll just have to be very, very careful when using Bird Pun or Super. Although, I don't know what else Super has that he could use. Super is a girl! Ugh, I keep getting genders wrong. I am so sorry. Okay, that sounded kind of sarcastic. I really am sorry about that, though. Alrighty. Yahoo! How dare you say Yahoo, you Yahoo! Alright, anyway, since Fire Pun has hit the benchmark, we're going to receive his EXP share, and we're going to give it to Yogapun. It is a high time that Yogapun evolved. Alright, let's swap the two items. Let's see here. And do I have any good items I could give to Charizard? Not really. Does not look like it. That's gonna be a big fat nope. Alright, but I have decided on something. I think I am going to teach Fire Pun Shadow Claw, because honestly, what else is he gonna use? But yeah, we're basically at the point where we no longer need Dragon Rage or Fire Fang, so I might as well overwrite them with other coverage moves. Let's go ahead and drop Fire Fang for now, so that way we have a full spread. And then if I need to teach Fire Pun Cut, I can just drop Dragon Rage instead. Drain Punch. Would that be worth teaching? Yogapun does get it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's sit on that for a little bit longer. TMs don't do anything unless you use them, but I'm not sure I want to use them yet. Who can learn Earthquake? Oh wait, I remember what I'm saving Earthquake for. Never mind, it does not matter who can learn Earthquake, because they're not gonna learn it. Let's pop another Repel. I know battling the wild Pokemon would get me lots of the EXPs, but I don't want to run into the same situation I did with the last stat trainer we teamed up with. Oh boy. I had to spend all my money, all my regret money I earned from that adventure on these repels we've been spamming. Ooh, a magnet. So, magnet... Ooh, actually, that gives me an idea. Anyway, Magnet is a held item that all it does is it boosts the power of electric type moves. So I'm gonna give that to Disney. And then Fire Pun can hold the Choice Specs, even though he only has one special attack. But that is a-okay. I prefer the Expert Belt given the situation, but it's fine. It is fine. Alright, Husen, back to the top. And I am gonna need to get myself a heart scale soon. Lots of fully evolved Pokemon starting in Generation 4, they would have a a really powerful move added to their move set, but in early parts of their level up move set. So for example, Charizard at level 1 is supposed to have Dragon Claw. And so, but naturally, without cheating, I can't have a level 1 Charizard. So normally Charizard can't get access to Dragon Claw, but I think it's there in Charizard's move pool, so that way it has a good target for the move relearner. Almost every fully evolved Pokemon has something like that, as far as I know. Oh, great. It exploded. We focused down the wrong one. Yogapun has fainted yet again. This is turning out to be a very bad place to train Yogapun, ironically. Let's go with Super. Macho. And Machop. Alrighty, well, we don't want to KO Lucario, so let's go for an Ice Punch on Machop. That seems like a good idea to me. Yay! Our new move paying off already. I mean, I guess I could have also just taught Super Strength instead. I've all been talking up how complementary water and normal coverage is, but honestly, having ice is very good too. Okay. Taking out that Machoke is probably important. And if we take out that Graveler as his last one, that'd put us 1v1. Let's do it! We're surfing, baby! Alright, let's see here. We need to scroll down. Oh hey, Lucario survived. I was not expecting that. Machoke also survived though, so that might be potentially bad. It depends on what it does. Revenge? Oh yeah, bye Lucario. Yeah, I don't think Riley's gonna get a lot out of this training session. Well, I mean, he wasn't going to in the first place, but that's not the point. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Super has gained all the experience now. Oh, that's right, because Yogapun has the thing. Alright, anyway, Surf. Oh, that's what I was looking at. Let's see here. Okay, alrighty. So, on the good side of things, I could probably teach Yogapun all of the elemental punches once he evolves, because they're all in his level up move set. The downside is he does not learn Zen Headbutt naturally. In order to get to Zen Headbutt on my dear Yogapun, I will need to go to a move tutor. I do not know which move tutor. Hopefully it's not the one in the post game. It might be the one near Pastoria City. There are a total of those three of those move tutors who will trade shards for moves, but honestly I do not remember all of their locations, except for the one near Pastoria City. Alright, anyway, now we're gonna go around this way. Oh, this is such a much more relaxing thingamadoo-dad when you use repels. Ugh, I cannot tell you how tedious it is to go run around this cave with Riley if you aren't using repels. Red shard, yay! And then, of course, I need to consider what shards to use, or if I got enough shards. Anyway, not the point. The point is, I can probably flesh out Yogapun's moveset with the Elemental Punch-Out circuit, or enrolling it in the Elemental Punch-Out circuit, and by teaching it Zen Headbutts, that way it can finally take a good advantage of its Psychic-type stab people psychically. Ooh, Toxicroak and Medicham. Alright, well, they're both fighting types, so they're going to be very Gouda against Lucario. Sucker Punch. This is Generation 4, baby. You know what doesn't really work against Lucario? Dark-type moves. Steel in this generation. I may have already mentioned it, but in case I haven't, Steel is resistant to both Dark and Dark and Ghost in this generation. It was a recent change that they are no longer resistant to those. Yeah, Steel was incredibly overpowered for a very long time. Oh no, Medicham's using Calm Mind. I don't know if I should be worried about that. I mean, this confusion's not going to do anything to it. So let's use Strength instead. Alrighty, there we go. Force Palm. You've been calm-minding it up, and then you go for Force Palm. Oh wow, Lucario survived that. Nice! Yeah, anyway, when I first got a copy of Diamond, I had convinced myself somehow that Lucario could actually be encountered in the lake near Starting Town. I don't know why I was so convinced that Lucario could be encountered there, but I was. So I think I spent a good hour just running into Pokemon in that small patch of grass there, assuming I would eventually see a Lucario, or even a Riolu. Yeah, young me always figured there was something odd about that, or something odd to find in early areas in any Pokemon game, but that is simply not always true. Really the only exotic critter I could think of in an early game route or area would be Pikachu. Alright, anywhoozin'. Your Pokemon won't become any tougher if you don't knock out any of mine, Mr. Dude. Anyway, these two are ace trainers. That means that they are good at training things. Oh my goodness, they even have a Quagsire and a Lopunny. Alright, anyway, let's Force Palm the bunny. Oh my goodness, she used Jump Kick. She's not worried about missing, unlike me. That's why I didn't even bother to teach my Yogapun how to Jump Kick, even though it was in his level up moveset. Or I think it was High Jump Kick, actually. High Jump Kick is definitely better. Go for that one. And then I think High Jump Kick and Jump Kick, they're both moves that got buffed considerably. Oh my goodness, loud car. Anyway, they both got buffed considerably, so they have a lot more base power. Quagsire used Amnesia. Oh no. Anyway. But they still both have that downside of if you miss, you take recoil damage. Don't Force Palm the Quagsire. You gotta go for the Medicham, Mr. Dude. It's more dangerous, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Look at me being proven right. Now I have to deal with both of them by myself. Thank you very much. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem, though. Alright, I think it's turning into a problem now. Let's swap to our Fire Punch. resist that. Yawn! How dare you? I think we're just gonna have to accept that Fire Pun's not gonna make it. Let's burn that Medicham. Yay, Medicham has been burned. We just need to KO one more of their Pokemon, or the person on the left's Pokemon, and then we're good. Alrighty. Curlia. No, Curlia's really weak. We don't need to worry about that. Alright, let's swap to our own Quagsire. Let's go, Super. I was expecting a water-type move, but that works too. Alright. Yeah. Oh, crap baskets. I mean, it is a Curlia, but it's also a grass-type move. Okay, we're fine. Earthquake time. Boom, 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 boom. That should take out the Curlia. I'm not sure if it'll finish off the Quagsire, though. Yeah, Curlia has very, very low stats. It's got a lower base stat total than Unknown, and Unknown is a joke Pokemon that only learns one move. Yay, everyone's gaining experience. Ooh, Hippopotas. Nice. I just realized Super's held item is a smoke ball. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I think Surf will still deal more overall damage. The Sandstorm will boost Hippopotas' special defense, but Super also gets the same type attack bonus from Surf. So even though Ice Punch is hitting on the physical defense, I think Surf still was the overall better choice. Staraptor, you say? Alrighty. Well, Super's really low on HP, so I don't think she can survive a hit. But let's go for an Ice Punch anyway. Close combat. That there, folks, is the reason why Staraptor is best bird. Staraptor learns all the good moves. Well, namely, it gets Brave Bird and Close Combat. So, Staraptor is effectively a Fire-type Pokemon to cover all of your Fire-type needs in the region. It'll have Flying-type moves for Bug and Grass. It has Fighting-type moves for Steel and Ice. There is nothing wrong with Staraptor. It is best Burb. Seriously, they made the starting bird in Generation 4 insane. Now, I wonder if gaining that extra level might cause any problems for Yogapun evolving. Let's see here. No, it tries... Yeah, it's good. Yay! Our Yogapun has evolved into Medicham. Now its stats are actually not shit. Sorry, terrible. I gotta watch my language, mister. Okay, anyway. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Okay, so Yogapun is now level 38. Let's swap him around for Birdpun. Alrighty, I get it now. You're responsible for agitating the Pokemon. I don't care what good reason you may have, but I don't want you bringing any trouble into the mine. We're Team Galactic. We'll take all the Pokemon we want. Isn't that right, partner? You said it, brother. So that's what we're gonna do. We're abducting all the Pokemon from this rusted-out Iron Island to share in all the joys and all the sorrows. That is how all the trainers and Pokemon live in Sinnoh. I won't allow anyone to defy that code of ethics. Come on, Lucas. This is one battle we can't lose. I am so confused by Riley's response there, but whatever, movie protagonist. Okay, Zubat and Lamiao. So Surf Spam probably is not a good way to go with Lucario there. So I'm instead going to try and use Fly and see how well Lucario does handling other things. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, way to go, Bird Pun. You are now soaring. And Zubat cannot trap us. Alrighty. Alright. Well, there we go. Bird Pun got it. Yoga Pun got 6. Oh, wait, no. Lucario targeted the Zubat, but I wanted to target the Zubat. Oh well, we hit the Stunky. Oh my goodness, now he's got a Gobat. I don't want to deal with a Gobat. Let's fly again, Bird Pun. Quick attack. Huh. Yeah, the AI is much better at figuring out what is enough damage. I, not so much. Aha, your wing attacks will be useless against the Lucario. Because Lucario is that tanky, thanks to being half steel. But in all seriousness, Lucario does not really need to have high defenses. In fact, its defensive stats are a little on the low side. But Lucario gets away with it because it's half steel, and steel is just that good of a defensive type. Alright, Bird Pun gained a bunch of experience. And Golbat missed. I don't know what he was trying to do. I wasn't paying attention. Alrighty. Let's stick with flying for now, so that way we don't accidentally KO Lucario. Alright, there we go, there we go. Okay, I have good news and bad news about teaching Zen Headbutt to Yoga Pun. The good news is, the guy on the route that we taught Ice Punch teaches it. The bad news is, he wants blue shards too. Oh wow, Lucario finished off Houndour while we were looking away. Alright, but I guess that means I can definitely get the Psychic type move on Yoga Pun, and then, if I can get enough extra shards, I could probably also teach it Thunder Punch. Stop! I said stop! Your combination is so sick. The both of you and your Pokemon. Let's beat it, partner! You said it, brother! We don't even know what Team Galactic's big plan is anyway! Thanks, you really helped me out. Listen, I have a Pokemon egg here. Would you take it with you? No. I hope you'll accept it as a token of our friendship. Thanks, you... Oh, yeah, yeah, even if you don't have room in your party, you have to take it. And he won't send it to the PC automatically. I'd like you to show the Pokemon that's inside the egg all sorts of new places. Spending time with you was very enjoyable. I intend to test my skills in other places from now on. Let's meet again. Take care on the way out. Alright, well, thank you, Mr. Riley, sir. Yeah, so slow. Actually, if I have enough... Oh, right. If I have enough shard, or not shards, but star pieces, I might be able to just get enough shards. Let's see. I only got 2, so I'd either need 2 more blue shards or 2 more star thingies. Anyhoosin'. Ooh, there's a cave there. Shiny Stone. Shiny Stone was the thing I was thinking about. Okay, so Shiny Stone is the evolution item needed to evolve Roselia, and I believe it's also used to evolve Togetic. So Iron Island is a necessary stop if you want to use either of those Pokemon. I would not recommend using both though, because I do not know how easy it is to get more Shiny Stones. Alright, anyway, back to town, thanks to this guy and his generous boat. It can't be cheap to ferry people back and forth to an island, but he does it anyway. Alright, anywho's in. Repel's effects wore off. Let us go and take on the gym. 'Cause why not? Why not? It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Steel represents an unbending spirit. If one refuses to accept defeat, the path to victory reveals itself. Oh yeah? Well, I'll bend your steel, baby. I'm gonna bend it like an ink machine. Steelix. Oh, right. A notable thing about Iron Island that I didn't get to show off due to all the repelling we did. But anyway, Iron Island, you can catch wild Steelix, which is a very handy thing that you can do. So yeah, I would recommend going there to catch a Steelix if you do not have the option to trade in Onix with the metal coat for Steelix. Although that is also where you get the metal coat, so even if you use an Onix throughout the main game and then just swap it out for a wild Steelix you catch there, it's pretty much the exact same thing. Magnemite? Oh no, Bird Pun can't handle a Magnemite. We're gonna have to swap. Super, you're up. Haha! Your sparks do nothing against Quagsire's earthly might. Alrighty. And Bird Pun gained experience too. Yay! I imagine Super Bird Pun and Fire Pun and Yoga Pun are going to be amazing in this gym. Surprisingly enough, I have a lot of good things for dealing with Steel. The only one that doesn't really have a clear advantage is Raichu. Or, sorry, Disney. I gotta remember to use their nicknames because the game won't. Okay, that one just goes there. What about this one up here? It goes around, but I don't think it leads anywhere important. Up and down. Yeah, I don't want to read your dialogue, mister. Why was I even bothering? Worker Jackson. Oh my goodness, and he has a Magnemite. You know what that means? It's time for Super the Wooper, who is a Quagsire. That's right, it doesn't affect Super. Now bend before my earthy quake. Wahahaha. Oh, right. Anyway, let's see. Oh, that's right. I remembered the thing I was thinking of. The move deleter. So if you ever need to get rid of HM moves, you need to find a dude called the move deleter. And the move deleter is here in Conalave City. Which might be important to know because I believe we no longer need Cut ever again. I've already been wrong about that, but you never know. You never know. I think for sure this time, possibly, maybe, we definitely won't need to cut anything else down. And if we do, I'll have to cry and teach it to Fire. Oh, that reminds me. Ooh. Yeah, that reminds me. I was actually finally decided I'm going to stop sitting on Drain Punch and teach it to Yoga Pun. Since I'm not using Jump Kick or even High Jump Kick, Drain Punch will definitely be the better option in comparison to Force Palm. Force Palm does have the slight chance to paralyze, but Drain Punch draining HP is probably better overall. They have the same base power, so no need to worry about a drop-off in power from using a draining move. But yeah, Drain Punch pretty OP, so would recommend. Oh yeah, that doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so we basically just came up here only to battle that guy. Anyway, I believe it was this one. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then this guy. Alright, and he is an ace trainer, but he's gonna defy the ace trainer logic by using only a single type of Pokemon. And a single Pokemon at that, Scizor. I've probably already talked up Scizor a bunch, but just in case I haven't, Scizor only has one weakness. That one weakness is fire. I mean, it's a quadruple weakness, but that's not the point. The point is, Steel and Bug are oddly complementary, and I love it. Would recommend using Scizor, but even Scyther is good enough. Alrighty, Scizor has fainted, and Bird and Yoga Puns have both gained lots of the EXPs, and now Bird Pun needs healing. I probably should have just swapped her out there, but she was able to take it. Alright, anyway, moving on. Yeah, and I think this gym was actually completely unchanged in the transition from Diamond and Pearl to Platinum. If I remember correctly, the gym puzzle is the exact same as it was in Diamond and Pearl. Ooh, this guy, let's battle him. Hello, dude. Alright, hopefully he has something that Bird Pun can handle, because so far it's mostly been Magnemites. It's a Magnemite. Alrighty, Bird Pun, let's get you out of there. Super, you are up. Yeah, I am very, very glad on my decision to use Super. The last Pokemon the last team slot is in fact going to go to another ground-type Pokemon. But I decided to opt for Super when I still noticed that we might need a ground type before then. Possibly. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about all the Magnemites in this gym, I just wanted to use Wooper. But the point is, Wooper being half ground type is probably the greatest thing it has contributed to this team. And that's not a bad thing. Alrighty. And I mean, who could say no to that adorable face Super has? Alrighty. Yeah. Alright, anywho, let's go ahead and just take this lift, because I don't know where that other one goes. That other one didn't go anywhere, so it's a good thing we didn't take it. Alright. Now let's take this guy down too. Or even 3. Steelix. That is something Bird Pun can handle. Because Steelix is, I think it's half steel, half rock. I don't remember exactly. It's either half rock or half ground. I think it's half ground, actually. I don't know off the top of my head. I keep forgetting and mixing it up. Doesn't matter, it's dead now. Steelix does have very good physical defense, so if I tried to hit it with Force Palms or Drain Punches, which I actually did earlier, if I remember correctly, it wouldn't take that much damage. But because I'm using a special move, in this case Surf, we're dealing plenty of damage to it. Yay, Bird Pun has grown to level 38, and she's trying to learn Stockpile. So Stockpile is a move that just builds up a specific stat for stockpile related things, which is all 3 of these moves it's actually trying to learn. You can stockpile up to 3 times, and I think starting in this generation, I could be wrong though, when you stockpile, your defensive stats go up. Anyway, after you have stockpiled, you can, at least once, you can then use one of the moves, Swallow and or Spit Up. Well, I shouldn't say and or, I don't know. Anyway. Swallow will restore HP. It restores a lot more, it restores more and more depending on how many times you stockpiled. And Spit Up deals damage based on the number of times you have stockpiled. And that's a Bronzor. Let's just surf it. The tricky part with Bronzor is that, well, yeah, I think I already mentioned it about Bronzor, but its ability, it can have one of two abilities, and those two abilities will negate one of its weaknesses. If it has Levitate, it's not weak to ground, and if it has Heatproof, it's not weak to fire. And since this is Generation 4, those are its only two weaknesses, I believe, because it's not going to be weak to Ghost or Dark, thanks to Steel resisting those, and Psychic resists fighting, so that's not going to work too well. Well, that's going to deal neutral damage as well. Don't confuse me. I was going to confuse you, you confusing You know what? Just for that, we're sending out Super. Go for it, Super! Extrasensory! Extrasensory is a weird psychic type move. I don't know exactly what's going on with it. Let's just stick with Surf. Anyway, but it is notable in that it is more widely accessible than Psychic, because I think a few weird critters can actually learn Extrasensory. Notably, Typhlosion and Shiftry both learn Extrasensory. And in Generation 4, the Togepi egg you get has Extrasensory on it, or as an egg move. So even though it's slightly weaker than Psychic, in some cases it's the only Psychic type move some Pokemon get, so it is worth using for that reason, and that reason alone! Alright, anyway, what we got going on next? Her name was Brianna. I think we're fine. Yeah, I mean, Super's missing a little bit of health, but I don't think we really need it. But I could be wrong. Anyway, let's go ahead and top off our health with our Moo Moo Milks. Milk! Here you go, Super. Alright, and then we're gonna put Fire Pun up front. Fire Pun can handle this. Ah, that's Orberg's gym badge. I see. You defeated my son. But that's no surprise. He still has much to learn. In place of my son Rourke, I, Byron, will take your challenge. So yeah, this is Byron, and he is in fact Rourke's dad. Another notable thing to consider about Byron is that for some reason he is actually in charge of the Orberg gym, so he gets to decide who is the gym leader there. He was initially going to pick Riley, something you can learn by turning around and talking to Riley while you're venturing with him in Iron Island. Riley refused, though. He didn't want to step on Rourke's toes, and he felt like Byron should have his son take over that gym. Anyway, Bastiodon. I think this is technically his ace. Bastiodon has a very unique move called Metal Burst. It works like Counter and Mirror Coat. Unlike Counter and Mirror Coat, though, it will reflect damage no matter what type of move is used. Whereas both Counter and Mirror Coat are situational. Counter only working against physical moves, and Mirror Coat only working against special moves. Also, they KO'd my Fire Pun. How dare you? Super's gonna earth your quakes! I believe Bastiodon is half steel, half rock, so even though it has very high physical defense, Earthquake should be a one-shot. And it was! Hooray! Good job, Super! And Yoga Pun gained a level, yay! I could have also used Yoga Pun. Well, whatever, because Rock and Steel is also quadruple weakness to fighting. That's right, it's your last Pokemon, and we're gonna surf! Surf's up, dude! Yeah, I am actually a little bit surprised that Fire Pun didn't just sweep him down. I thought Bastiodon's special defense was a bit lower, or a lot lower, but no, it surprised me. And it hit with Stone Miss! My sturdy Pokemon defeated. That's right, they were defeated. You were strong enough to take down my prize team of Pokemon. In recognition of that power, I give you this, the Mind Badge. Yay, we received the Mind Badge from Byron, whose name is a pun because it contains iron. Yay! We also get TM91. 91. Let's see. Flash Cannon. If it hits, it may lower the target's special defense. Flash Cannon is also unique, or... yeah, I think it actually is unique as one of the only special Steel-type moves. So if you are making use of Magnemite, odds are you are going to have to teach it how to use... yeah, you are going to have to teach it Flash Cannon, because that's probably its only option for a good Steel-type move. Oh wait, no, Yogapun doesn't need the EXP share. Yogapun needs the Fist Plate. You know who needs the EXP share? Super. Or I could give it to Disney. I don't know. Anyway, EXP share. For Super. Alright, anyway, let me take this lift, and then this lift. But yeah, I was not expecting Fire Pun to get KO'd there. I am disappointed. If we compare directly to Chimchar, who would probably be who should be Infernape by this point in the game as well, Infernape probably would have been able to one-shot Bastiodon with a stab super effective close combat. Hey, that's the Mind Badge. Good going. You're tough enough to consider becoming the Pokemon champ. Of course, I'm tougher, so it's not going to actually happen. Anyway, Lucas, come with me to the library. Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. I'm just going to the Pokemon Center, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call that here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Okay, bye.